Hey guys, welcome back. So today I have for you my best of 2019 beauty and style faves. As you guys know, every year I kind of like to do these roundup videos where I talk about my favorite foundation, my favorite concealer, and then when it comes to style, my most worn. So let's start. So if you're gonna start with beauty, of course, gonna be full on makeup. Now the first thing that I want to talk about is best foundation. Now, I don't think I wore a lot of foundation this year, to be completely honest. Even though that I recently picked up my Dior Face and Body Foundation, which I love, but I don't think it is a year product to talk about. So if I'm gonna be completely honest, I feel like my favorite one was a tinted moisturizer, and it's this one from Bare Minerals. Now this one is their Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. Now, I don't know why, but I have been loving the Barely There skin, and I just wearing this and concealer, and I feel like this was my everyday product. I really love the consistency. It's kind of like a mousse, and it makes my skin really glowy, which I'm wearing it today. Every product that I'm going to talk to you guys about, I have it on my skin, by the way. And yes, this was my most used this year. Now, if we're talking about concealer, of course, my most loved was my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. If you have dark circles, if you have hyperpigmentation, if you have any scar, I feel like this is like the most thing that covers. Now, it is full coverage, so I think like you need just a little dot of this and you're done. But as you guys can see, I already hit pan with this one. I just really love how much it covers. So it isn't something to wear all over your skin, but when you have like really baggy eyes, this always helps me out. So this was my most loved this year as well. About primers, I don't think I have used a lot. I still use my Smashbox one, but I feel like I use this product, even though it is more a highlighter, I kind of use it more as a base with my foundation, or even to wear it on its own. And I'm talking about the MAC Stroke Cream. Now they have a lot of shade, but this one is the original, and I love it. I know that it can be a little bit like sparkly, so if you're not a lover of like that glossiness, maybe you won't love this one. But I did love it this year because I actually blended in with the products that I use, for example with moisturizers, with foundation, and I think that's, in my opinion, what works best for me. But I really love it. Definitely this was like my primer slash moisturizer with foundation kind of a product, but yes, loved it. Now, if we're talking about blush, this actually was last year, and there's no change in it because it's my faves, and I'm talking about the Glossier Cloud Paints. I don't know why, but I feel like this year I was more into the cream products than anything else. I hardly was using powders, so of course this one, and came back to it, and this one is in the shade Dawn, and I love it because, as you guys can see, it's almost like this peachy orangey color, and I think it works great with my skin. And I use this even as a night shadow, sometimes even as a lip tint. So I think it's quite a versatile product, and I really love how it looks because I think it can really work quite natural if you just put a little bit on, because this is really pigmented. But yes, still my favorite blush by far. Now, if we're gonna talk about highlighters, again, like I mentioned you guys before, I haven't been much into the powder ones. So I feel like I have used so much my Milk Makeup one, but I feel like this one was the one that I used the most. And it's one of the Becca's pressed highlighters, and this one is in the shade Prosecco Pop. I love gold highlighters on me, definitely because they show, but also I think they can look quite natural if you really know how to blend them out. And with this one, I actually did, and I'm still wearing it today. I loved it, and there's so much left. I kind of love cream ones because I think they definitely can hold up a little bit more. And of course, barely by the end of the day, they basically look like a second skin. So yes, this was my favorite one. Now, if we're talking about brows, which is like my most important makeup step, if you guys know me, last year I think was my Anastasia brow pomade, if I'm not mistaken. But this year I discovered this one, and has been definitely put on onto my tops when it comes to brows, and is the Benefit Curl Brow Gel. If you guys saw my last video, I actually tried the Protecting My Brow, but I wasn't too much impressed. I definitely like more gel products when it comes to my brows, as I feel like everything else. And this one is really pigmented. It really is easily to blade, is that a word? To slide on my brows. Actually, it has a brush, but I didn't use this brush, to be completely honest. I used one of my Smashbox one, but I love it. I love the color payoff, and yes, That makes me really happy to use this one this year. I loved it. Now, when it comes to eyes, I don't think I wear that much eyeshadow, to be completely honest. I kind of was like sticking to mascara and this product. Now, this is one of the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencils. This one is in the shade Whiskey. I never knew how much of a difference brown eye pencil does if you have brown eyes, and I already know it, and I just cannot live without it. I just really love how it holds up. It doesn't smudge, and I really love because it doesn't make my makeup look too heavy, so I really appreciate it. And yes, it's waterproof, it's long lasting. Yes, this has been one of my everyday products when it comes to my eyes, so love this one. Now, if we're talking about mascara, I think I have two faves here. One is drugstore and one is more of a higher brand. And I'm talking about the first one is the L'Oreal. I forgot the name because, as you guys can see, it's completely ripping off. But this one is the one that has the primer on one side and the mascara on the other. I never knew what mascara primers actually did until I tried this one, and I loved it. It definitely held up the curl. It also made my lashes look a little bit more dark and visible. And this one, I kind of love it because it never smudged on me. But then if I wanted something a little bit more thick, heavy, flattery, really spiderweb lashes, then this one was my fave, which is the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara. It's very similar to the Better Than Sex one, but I find this one a little bit more clummy. And as you guys can see, basically the product comes off quite easily. So this one does smudge, but I only put it on my top lashes and I'm happy with it. But yes, these two babies were my most used this year. And now if we're talking about lipsticks, definitely my favorite ones were my Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle lipsticks. I love them. They're really pigmented. I'm actually wearing Single, which is my favorite one, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but that thing is completely off. I mean, I just have to use a brush to remove the product because obviously there's not that much left, but I love them. Again, they're really pigmented. They're matte, but they're not drying, and they have so many different colors and shades that definitely works great on my skin. And yes, these ones definitely did the job, and they deserve to be on my best list. Now let's talk about some skincare products. Now the first one has to be, of course, cleanser. Now this year I tried this one from La Roche-Posay, and of course has to be here because it's such an amazing cream. I was gonna say cleanser, but I was gonna say creamer, so I say cleanser. And this one is the hydrating gentle one. If you have really sensitive skin, if you don't like cleansers that have perfumes or odors, or do they turn a little bit soapy, I think like this one is great. My skin was becoming a bit dry around my nose, so I started to use this one and the problem stopped. And I love that because it really removes my makeup, but definitely leaves my skin really hydrating, which I love. So definitely if you have really dry skin, this one is gonna be your new best friend. But now if you're talking about moisturizers, my favorite one, of course, was the Embryolisse cream. I used this thing for years. I picked it up again this year, and now I fell back in love with it. I'm wearing it. I love how it looks underneath my makeup. I love to wear it on its own because it really makes my skin like look really glowy, really refreshed, really young. And it's such a cool product, like I feel like with Bioderma. So I already knew why it was so important to put it back into my routine, because it just, my skin needs a lot of moisture now these days, and this one never disappoints. Now if we're talking about sunscreen, which I think is even more important than moisturizer, I have to give it out to my Aveeno. This one is the Protect and Hydrate Sunscreen for Face. I have tried a few of them, but I think that this one has been my favorite one from them by far. It doesn't break out on me, it doesn't leave my skin oily. It doesn't have any perfumes or that coconut scent that typically sunscreen has. And my skin loved it. It has like antioxidant oat, so it's even great for your skin as well. And to me, I just feel like if I don't wear sunscreen, if I get out of the door, I feel like I cannot get through the day. So yes, I have been so loyal to this one from Aveeno and has become one of my favorite ones this year. Now, if we're talking about serums or treatments, I feel like the one that I use the most is my Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate Oil. This thing is wonders. You put it on your skin before you go to bed, and when you wake up in the morning, your skin looks really moisturized, but I feel like in a way it even looks like it sparkles. I don't know if that makes any sense, but what I mean is it really makes it look relaxed, plummy, like you drink 8 glasses of water. That's just like my best description about this product. I'm a huge lover of Kiehl's in general, but I think like this one definitely is another cool product that definitely needs more recognition that it has. But yes, this was my favorite serum this year. Okay guys, so I think we jump into the beauty. I mean, I know there could be also maybe hair products, which if I can mention any of them, definitely my Kiehl's shampoo and conditioners are the ones that I typically use. I don't think I use a lot of them to compare to others. So to be completely honest, those were the things that I mostly use, which I was really impressed by this year. So now let's talk about style, which is my favorite part from it. So I think I definitely want to start, I feel like with hats. I feel like this year was my year of the hats. I actually have a few of them, which were my favorite one. I think the first one that I got was this one from Hack Attack. This one is one of their fedoras, which I love fedoras. I think they're so aesthetically pleasing. They look like really cool and chic. I'm such a free people kind of a girl fan, and I always love their YouTube, and a lot of the girls always wear fedoras, and I kind of always was trying to resemble it. So now I get it. I think there's gonna come soon one from Lack of Colors, which I'm really looking forward to it, but love this one, as well as of course this one from Lack of Colors, which I'm just talk about. They definitely are like the peak of the hat empire right now. I mean, they're so Instagrammable, and this one is one of their bolder hats. I use this thing so much, but I really love it. I think it's so chic, very Chanel-ish. And then of course I love good old my cabbie hats or fisherman's hats. I think they're so cool, and definitely for like a rainy day I kind of like to wear them. And this one I actually got from Revolve, and this one is actually Brixton, and I use it a lot as well. So I think those were like my most statement pieces when it comes to accessories. But if we're talking about clothing, first thing first, I think I'm such a jeans girl. I always wear jeans, so of course you know that I love my Levi's. They are gonna be here in the list, and I specifically love my wedgie icon ones because I typically wear Levi's that they were always ripped off, and it was the first time that I ever bought a jean that it didn't have any ripping off. Now I don't have it here because it's on the wash, but just to show you guys how much I love my Levi's, those were my favorite one, and I used them so much this year because they're so flattering and they can look incredible with anything. And now if we're gonna talk about clothing, I feel like this year or the beginning of the year I was so much into the satin. For example, like this cute little satin top from ZARA, as well as this satin dress. I also wore a lot a white satin skirt. I feel like this was the year that I discovered this texture, and I love that. I love how drapey and effortless satin looks, and I love how ZARA makes them as well. So a lot of the pieces were from ZARA, and yes, I wear them with jeans, I wear them with jackets, you name it, with sweaters. I think it's such a piece that you can wear with everything, and it always looks really chic. So yes, I definitely love the texture. And if you're also talking about tops, definitely this year I kind of love a lot of like the balloon sleeve tops. This one again is from ZARA as well. If you guys can see, I kind of have a theme for cropped black tops, but this one is a little bit more long. I definitely love like the dramatic style that he has, and I also use a lot one that is asymmetrical as well, again black. That if you have jeans, I think these are just practical pieces that you can wear on and on. All that you do is I change accessories, and that was it. But I love this top so much this year. And another one which I feel it was more by the end, but I love were graphic tees or band tees. I don't know, I think like they bring out like that grungy chicness that you can have with this, and again, it was another style that it was quite Instagrammable, but I love tees. And this one actually that I saw this one from Guns N' Roses. I think this one was from Forever 21. I also had one from Led Zeppelin, and I really love the gray ones. I think they look really cool with jeans, but also love a lot of t-shirts, which, you know, that is such a basic thing for me to own. And now if we're gonna talk about dresses, which again I was wearing a lot this year, I think definitely my favorite one has to be my Reformation dress, which is like this gorgeous little spaghetti style one. I use this thing so much, and because of my weather, I live in the Caribbean. It is like a uniform for me. I love the sleeve. It's really sexy. Definitely is really flattering. And I love to invest on this piece. It's linen, so it was really breathable, but I use this with my sandals typically because I think it was like the fun way to wear it, but I even wear this with sneakers. So I love so much this dress. Another dress that I wore a lot this year has to be this one from ZARA. Now this one is one of their polka dot dress, and I love it. And I love that it has obviously like the buttons. I love, of course, that it has a sleeve as well. And I really love the fabric because it really feels really comfortable on your skin. And if you know, I am a lover of polka dots, but I wore so much this one this year that it definitely needed some gratitude. And just the fact that it's black, this is so me. I love monochromatic, but yes, I love this dress so much. So now if you're talking about shoes, definitely one of my favorite ones this year, which I actually picked this one from my trip to Barcelona, and I actually got them from ZARA, and they're a little bit dirty because they were on the closet, but are these like muted like these wooden mules. I have a theme for Slido mules. They're like my favorite shoe. They're so comfortable, but this one in particular, oh my god, there's dust flying everywhere. They're so beautiful. Obviously the color, because I think like this was the year of the burnt orange, but I definitely love all the little elements that it has. It's so feminine, so chic, and I wore these ones so much. As you guys can see, they already look a little bit beaten up. And then if we're talking about, of course, sneakers, yes, they're gonna be here. My Veja Esplar logo sneakers. I mean, I use these things so much. Now I kind of love them even more because they definitely look worn in, but they're so comfortable, they're so eco-friendly, and I definitely want to get more Veja sneakers because I'm so in love with them. And I think like I always have been a huge lover of the white sneaker trend, but this one just made me fall in love with the trend even more. But they were quite loved, and if you follow me on Instagram, yes, you might be sick of seeing them already, but yes, they're almost like art in every photo. I wear them with dresses, with jeans, you name it. They were like my favorite companion after my husband, of course. Now when it comes to bag, I have to give a huge mention with this one because definitely this was the investment of the year, but I had to put it there because it's my most loved right now. And I'm talking about my Chloe mini fade backpack. And oh my god, just I feel like just the color itself, I knew I was gonna wear it a lot. I got this one, I think was November maybe, which I'm cheating a little bit because it isn't happening with me all year around, but I already have taken so much photos with this one. I just really love the style, and because I'm such a casual dresser, definitely a backpack works. And this is my first Chloe, which I have a lot of respect and love for this little one, but definitely is my favorite bag this year. Well guys, this was my 2019 faves. Like always, everything is going to be linked below, and if I have forgotten a product, it's going to be there as well. And if you're new to my channel, if you don't want to miss any of my uploads, please hit the subscribe button, and of course like this video if you do. Comment below, let me know what were your favorites this year. And yeah, so cannot wait for 2020, and obviously talk to you guys about more of my faves and most loved products. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Mwah. Bye.